What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 18th day of September. Here we are, moving right on through this month. It's halfway through. You know, I swear September's moving slower than August, but it's still moving pretty fast. Here we are at about $0.00411, 8 hours, 58 minutes left in this day. Zebec yesterday had a big announcement that they're excited to announce their stablecoin payroll joint venture. Assure is working with Zebec Network to build a stablecoin payroll tool for its 4 million customers across the US. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So there's going to be a payroll tool for its 4 million customers. That doesn't mean 4 million customers are going to use it, but maybe 10% of them do, maybe 5% of them do. That's pretty cool. That's going to add network value to ZBCN. Together, we'll be working hand in hand to bring the power of stablecoins and streaming technology to Assure's industry-leading HCM software platform and streaming technology. Everybody's getting into the streaming stuff now, man. YouTube is not going to be around for too much longer. Although YouTube's not really a streaming platform, is it? It's more of like a whatever of just content creation, video. Or like I guess Twitch is in trouble then, right? Twitch might be in trouble, but Twitch is the big one. Anyways, guys. Looking at ZBCN now. I think that's pretty cool. All right, getting involved in payroll, that's pretty cool, especially if you're trying to be as you say here, a PayFi and RWA AI-based ZBCN network. Yeah, that's PayFi, right? That's what that is. If we're looking at this here, PayFi, that's funny. Everybody, you got DeFi, you got CFi, you got PayFi, GameFi, right? There's all these FIs. It's going to be home fi, from a high to a low, real estate fi, real fi. I don't know anyways, oil fi. Probably not that one, but high to low, maybe. I don't know, man. You never know. There's beauty fi now. High to low. I'm getting off on a whole different tangent here, you guys. Sorry. 382 support. Okay. High to low retracement. You hit the 786, 886 area, came down to the 382, and went all the way up to your golden ratio to find support back at your 0.5. 382 golden ratio 0.5. You're being constructive. You look very constructive. And yes, while you are kind of dilly-dallying here, I wouldn't say that I'm worried about it. Yes, you are moving down a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm worried about it at all. I don't think that we go below this low. Sure, could you go lower? Absolutely. Maybe we go down to 0.004. You've kind of already done that as of yesterday. I bet if we look at the short-term stuff, we're going to see that this coin actually looks like it wants to grow, not decay. Especially after that big news yesterday. Sometimes you get good news and then you dump down because it's always like less it's like smaller than life, right? It's people think it'll be larger than life, but it's actually smaller than what your expectations were. So that kind of good news build up whenever that news is released and it's like, oh, this is it. That can oftentimes promote selling pressure because people might be expecting something else. Donald Trump is making ZBCN the crypto reserve of the world or something like that. That's what they were going to talk about yesterday. Oh, it's just a payment plan, payroll system. That's all. No, that's not that cool. No, it is cool. It actually is really, really cool. And I think that by the end of or as time goes on, as this continues to develop and potentially gains even more customers than just 4 million potential customers, clients, that this is going to be more valuable, that this will only add value to the network. And I want to be clear again in saying that this does not mean that 4 million people are going to be using ZBCN, that 4 million customers are going to be using ZBCN. It just means they have access to 4 million. Okay, then maybe they get 1%, maybe they get 10%, maybe it's 80%, I don't know, but probably not the full 100%. 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour time frame, the RSI is pretty bullish. I guess it's kind of bearish right now. I was just thinking overall you look kind of bullish here, but like right here you look kind of bullish, but you are getting oversold, rejecting the 50. You look bullish in this aspect because you do have higher lows and you do have a flat top right here, right? So I would think that you continue to go higher. That's all I mean whenever I say pretty bullish, but in reality it actually is kind of bearish down here. The stochastics also look kind of bearish, but you're bouncing off the oversold zone, you're getting higher lows. That is a kind of bullish precedent right there. You just got to make your move. You got to continue and go up to the overbought zone. Stop rejecting at lower levels than the overbought zone. Get into the overbought zone. Start finding support at higher levels than the oversold zone. Do that kind of stuff, right? And the MACD, who cares? MACD is a non-existent factor on the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame here. The stochastics are bearish. They are bearish. The RSI and the 1 hour is kind of bearish, so that's fair. You know, there's bullish prospects, but bearish technically. The RSI looks bearish as well because we have lower highs here. We have lower lows here. Might we come down? I think we could. And in which case, maybe we do go lower than yesterday's lows, you guys. Maybe we do. Because we had a nice reaction, but we didn't really sustain that reaction, did we? We're back down here. So maybe you come down, you find support at 00399, just below 004. Nothing crazy, man. Nothing crazy. I doubt you get below this low, but a little low. Maybe you get a head fake, just little down, little breakout action, fake out action, and then you come back up. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened, but a little bit lower. I don't know if we go all the way down to the oversold zone. You haven't for a while. You've been staying overbought, not getting oversold. Overall, your 4 hour RSI is bullish, but just right here, it's momentarily bearish, so a little bit lower. That's okay. MACD, again, who cares? It's just too neutral, really, to have an opinion. You're building some bearish momentum, but you're not really doing anything with it, so I suppose it's more bullish than bearish, but I'm not really... I don't really care one way or another with this thing. The RSI to me tells me a little bit lower is okay, but we probably don't go below this low. The stochastics tell me we have lower to go also. Looking at the daily time frame, daily RSI also looks very bullish, bouncing off the oversold zone. We love to see that, getting up to the 60, getting overbought, not getting oversold here, right? You're kind of neutral at this point in time. I wouldn't say bullish or bearish, but overall, perhaps overall you are bullish in a very bullish posturing, but at the moment you are neutral. Stochastics are in a neutral position as well, but if you bounce here off the 50, that would put you in a bullish position, right? Doing that kind of stuff, getting overbought, bouncing off these areas, that's actually nice. Getting overbought, bouncing off these areas, that's where you see that continued growth kind of take place. So that could be nice. Relative to this, if we do get continued growth, I don't think it would be like an explosive move. It would just be a faster pace than what we saw before. You know, something that would take us back up to about 005, 006, something in that kind of area there. The MACD looking like the oscillators want to cross above the zero, but it's just taking its sweet time. Maybe not this week, but next week. I think that sometime by the end of the month you should be ripping and running. So I stand by it. You know, what we've been saying, maybe you go down a little bit, but by the end of this month, I would expect that you are either at new all-time highs or very near new all-time highs, and then going into next month, you should really take off. Getting above about 006 is what's going to do it, right? Whenever you get above 006, that's how you know that it's go time. That's when the pace will pick up. You'll see a move that's faster than this. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Faster than this, faster than this. It'll be more in line with something like this, or maybe even something like this, right? You're going to pick up the pace here pretty damn soon, but just not right now. I highly doubt we go below this low. I can't explain that enough. I can't say that enough, just in case anybody's worried. And if we do go below that low, by the way, it's okay. It's okay. We could go, again, we've actually got targets all the way down at 0033 to 00309 that are totally acceptable targets to hit, find support, and then move up. It would just be weird, in my opinion. Weird doesn't mean bad, just it would be weird. Looking at the ribbon, it would kind of make sense that we go lower, in all fairness. But you've been disrespecting it, so maybe not. I don't know. This kind of disrespect where you're going in and out and in and out. That's disrespectful. I wouldn't weigh too much on this, right? You were doing the same thing back here and it looked bearish, and then that's when you moved up. So maybe it's not bearish after all. The weekly ribbon, of course, is bullish. What you'd want to see here on the weekly time frame is that you do not want to go, if you want to validate the low that we had earlier this week as a higher low, you don't want to go down to 00375. If we go to 00375 or lower, I think that would definitely allow the price to go down to 0033 or lower. Okay, hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want me to talk about the upside, we can do that real quick. I very much do believe that we're going to break out to the upside. I do believe that going into the end of the month, we'll be moving up. Going into October, we'll be moving up faster. We should be seeing prices all the way up at anything from 2 cents to 4.5 cents. That's been the game plan for a while now, and I think we'll see that by the end of October, something in this area here, probably in like this amount of time right there by the end of October. If not then, I mean, if not by the end of October, maybe earlier, maybe the very beginning of November, but somewhere around there. And I think that you'll be at dramatically higher prices than that by the end of the year. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.